Hello everyone, tonight on our program, President Kwawu sees passage of e-levy as crucial in improving revenue mobilization, but admits full economic recovery might take a while.
Levy is going to make a significant contribution to revenue mobilization and the management of the national economy. And I want to thank members of the House for making this possible.
Meantime, passage of e-levy attracts diverse reactions from the Ashanti region. We are there to hear what people are saying.
I'm sure the e-levy will not be used for its intended purpose.
And failure by government to account for COVID-19 spending raises concerns about prudent expenditure management amongst the country's international partners.
To date, the calls for forensic audit of the COVID-19 related expenditure have not been heeded, and that has given room for all manner of accusations and counter-accusations. When a health sector has strong and organized financial management framework.
Thanks for being with us, everyone. Details in a moment. Well, first up tonight, President Kwawu sees the passage of the electronic transactions levy as crucial in improving revenue mobilization in the coming months. Addressing Parliament on the state of the nation, the President, however, said it might take a while for the full economic recovery to be achieved.
Of the COVID restrictions, I'm looking forward to renewed energy and enthusiasm as all workplaces reopen at full capacity. Mr. Speaker, despite the protracted and sometimes acrimonious nature of proceedings, I'm happy that the House has finally found it possible to pass the e-levy bill. I believe strongly the levy is going to make a significant contribution to revenue mobilization and the management of the national economy. And I want to thank members of the House for making this possible. Mr. Speaker, there are many problems that we have to overcome to get back to where we ought to be. I need your support. No president, no parliament, no government. We need all Ghanaians to pull and push together. The road to recovery will be long and hard, but we have started on a good footing by accepting that we are in a difficult place and are taking the difficult decisions that will get us out. If anyone had ever had any doubts about the need for self-reliance, the point has now been forcibly drilled home to us. The pursuit of the Ghana Beyond Aid agenda is even more compelling.
Well, the President has also been talking about some of his programs that have impacted positively on the economy and generated jobs whilst improving livelihoods.
The economic devastation of COVID has since the beginning of this year been further aggravated by the Russian invasion of Ukraine, which has worsened the economic outlook of the entire world. We in Ghana have not escaped this development, and the consequences are being felt in rising living costs at our markets and at fuel stations. The terrible events in Ukraine have a direct impact on our lives here in Ghana. Mr. Speaker, 30% of our wheat, flour, and fertilizer imports come from Russia. 60% of iron rods and other metal sheets are imported from the Ukraine. And almost 20% of Ghana's manganese is shipped to the Ukraine. The bombs might be dropping on cities half a world away, but they are hitting our pockets here in Ghana. Even so, we have managed to ensure that fuel supplies have not been disrupted, unlike in several other parts of the world. Last week, the Minister for Finance spelled out in detail to the country the economic and fiscal difficulties we face, and the raft of measures we're introducing to bring relief and restore us to economic growth. The measures that have been announced by the Minister for Finance are meant to demonstrate that we are aware that we are in difficult times and we are addressing the situation. The belt-tightening measures being set from members of the executive have been elaborated within this context.
While the passage of the Electronic Transactions Levy, or e-levy, by Parliament on Tuesday has sparked heated debate in Kumasi, the Ashanti regional capital. After repeated objections by a section of the public, many are surprised at its passage. Some supporters of the e-levy are, however, unaware of the percentage deduction of each transaction. There's more in this report.
A large number of young people work in the mobile money vending industry. However, many of these vendors fear they will be forced out of business as a result of Parliament's ratification of the e-levy bill.
Almost started some
Some customers have been here to withdraw all their money. If it continues this way, our businesses may collapse.
People prefer transacting electronically when buying. They refuse to add charges too. Some respondents are also keen on accountability for levies charged.
Petrol every Mondays be fuel.
With the consistent increase in fuel prices, e-levy is not a good move.
Ghana.
Esika mo adwuma mu yenye binye. Yenye adwuma nya ya na kakra obi da kwakoto na council mu. Ana mo te. Ana mo te dia adwuma ben e wo man mu. Ye hu adwuma kora mo tetetete dia ya dia. Ene e be hu na ne mo te aye.
Till we see what the e-levy charges will be used for, we would not accept its passage.
Ye adwuma we. We sika ne ye adwuma we. Ti obi ho na so wo tua na wo te na enya ne ya. But ye hu ne odi sika no ye no. Enti na se wo te obi I'm sure
the e-levy will not be used for its intended purpose. Drivers pay 1 cedi levy to the Tema oil refinery, but the refinery has not been recovered for years.
There are, however, others who believe the passage of the e-levy is a good move by the government.
The government knows best. Let us comply with them.
Mona Lisa Frimpong reporting.
Well, away from the e-levy, the inability of government to make all expenditure and procurement on COVID-19 mitigation efforts public is a cause of worry for the country's international partners. This, according to Budget Ghana, has increased speculations that government is not transparent and accountable to the citizens. The group is calling on government to heed the call for a forensic audit into its COVID-19 expenditure. Here's more.
Partners, led by Budget Ghana, held a roundtable discussion to deliberate on accountability in the procurement processes and expenditure for the health sector since COVID-19 outbreak. Executive Director for Budget Ghana, Ray Fifi Inkum, in a speech, stressed the need for Ghana to show to the world how expenditures were managed during the hike of the pandemic. He assured that the group will push to get accountability from government.
The primary role of financial management in the health sector is to manage public funds and risk in a way that helps to increase access to quality health care. The COVID-19 pandemic and the confusion that rocked the states over lack of accountability should serve as a lesson to all of us. Till date, the calls for forensic audit of the COVID-19 related expenditure have not been heeded, and that has given room for all manner of accusations and counter-accusations. The health sector has strong and organized financial management framework. The state is able to provide efficient health care to all citizens.
Some members of the civil society organization in health say they have no option than to apply to the Right to Information Office for all the data on government expenditure. Here is Felix Ankra of the Economic Governance Platform.
Last year in March, IMF published a list of countries that are compliant to present the receipts and stuff. And you have countries like Afghanistan, Iraq, which are war-torn, having documented, scanned documents of procurement and everything. But Ghana was not on the list. And you can see from the presentation right now, I think we had one score out of a whole lot of 6 or 7. So that shows the gap. Information is key for accountability. So government needs to provide those information.
So are you going to make use of the RTI to seek for more?
Definitely, I think it has to. Since it has been part, I think there needs to be more tricks about it so that it's easily accessible, you know.
The roundtable is expected to come up with some recommendations for the government.
And you're watching Business Live. Still to come, Ghanaian firm Ripco leading the way in industrial engineering and consulting for decades. That's our feature on the Joy Business Van tonight. Ghana has a booming mining sector, which contributes significantly to the economy. The mining sector attracts more than half of all foreign direct investments and generates more than 1/3 of all export revenues. The story was different in the early 80s. Ghana was grappling with political instability and would deal with severe drought along the way. But that was when Charles Tetedako started Repco. He was among the first to venture into the mining services sector here in Ghana.
I took up the challenge, the first Ghanaian to enter the mining service sector. I was one of the first. Why? I had a vision. That's an area where Ghanaians are not able to go, or dare to go. So I did. To be honest, it's been successful. We started by representing international companies in the mining era. Going through magazines and things, I saw a lot of companies who were interested in mining. So I started to contact some of them. Some of them were Canadian companies, Swedish companies, German companies. And they started responding to our request. So we started to represent some of them in Ghana as their representatives, meaning that we bring equipment from their companies, supply to mining services, and we service and install them.
Repco, which essentially is a refactory industrial engineering products company, became a supplier to the mining and non-mining industry, pioneering the introduction of global engineering technology, machine parts, local support to many businesses and industries in Ghana and other West African countries.
We were one of the first Ghanaian company that got in touch with CAMISA, the Canadian Association, and they put us into a lot of companies. So we're waiting for a lot of Canadian companies. We had opportunity to have the 2 American overseas service, senior overseas services, who came to open our doors for us. We're only a supplier from the beginning.
Yes.
And what we were doing in addition is that whatever we supply for the factory, for example, we install, we service. Equipment we bring in, we install, we service and commission them. So we started with a lot of technical expertise. So we had mine engineers, chemical engineers, process engineers, electrical engineers, name it.
It wouldn't be long before Repco became the market leader and turned to value addition.
We're now in the system where you can see this is a product called Cutlass Exposé products, which is a raw material from South Africa. We are mixing it here, and it's good for maintenance in the mines, institute maintenance, where you have problems with where you can use it immediately. It will last you 2/3 of a new equipment you buy, so it's cost effective. Now we decide to go into local production of this something we call it conveyor idlers for conveying the ore, because we also sell the conveyor belting. So to have the conveyor running, you need to have this. So we do conveyor systems. We build the systems and we assemble it here. We are not manufacturing fully yet, but we bring the pipes, we bring the shafts, we bring the things. With the workshop now, we are able to really assemble. Now you can see the valves on the floor. It's also used by the mines, valves and pumps. So the step is to assemble the valves here, which we have a joint venture with a company in South Africa called Cipro South Africa.
Over the years, Repco has expanded to include not just engineering and manufacturing, but provision of solar services through partnership with Radiance Power Systems. Repco also provides estate services for especially expatriates in the mining sector and has also ventured into the production of industrial garments. Integrity and honesty, Charles Tetedako believes, has kept the company. What is lacking most in the area of this business is quality of labor. That's why Repco invests so much in training.
Most of our competitors in the mining sector or our colleagues in the mining sector were offshoot from here. Most of them are offshoot from here. So I put in a lot of human resources in that area.
Repco has kept its relation with Canada through the Canada-Ghana Chamber of Commerce.
The Canadian Chamber has been our rock. I must be honest, as I said, when the Canadians came in to start, fortunately by association and by my association with people, I got introduced to the chamber. Then with my affiliation in the mining sector and having worked with various experts. I was able to franchise with them easily. So the Canadian Chamber supported us traveling to Canada, visas, booking appointments, visiting the Canadian companies was not a problem to us.
REPCO presently serves 8 West African countries in various cities: Abidjan, Lomé, Cotonou, Bamako, Freetown, Monrovia, Ouagadougou, with local branches in Obuasi and Takwa.
We've shown for the past that we are not a company that will not honor its obligations and commitments. So people, we don't at this moment don't look for suppliers or partners and the rest. They come to us, and when we are a member of the Ghana Chamber of Mines. In fact, I serve as executive chairman for the suppliers to all the mining companies. So people come to the country, want to do mining or so, they go to the embassies, they go to people, and they said, go and see REPCO first. That's a good feature for the company.
That was our Joy Business Van episode for tonight. Thanks for watching, everyone. There is more news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. We're leaving you with some news from around the world.